Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this first build of 2025. God, it's hard to believe. And this is the Eduard 132 scale Messerschmitt, excuse me, E4. So this is part one, and this is the cockpit. So let's jump into it. Cheers. Hi guys, so here we're at the desk. Gonna start building up the cockpit. With the PE, there's quite a lot of PE in this kit. This is an Eduard ProdiPack. So I'm just looking at the instructions here and trying to figure out what comes off the fret. And of course, I need the obligatory magnifying glass. So you see there, I'm using my clippers. People maybe frown on this, but I find it quite useful because I know what's being clipped off. When I'm using a knife, sometimes they just ping in the oblivion and you lose them. But I just find this is a wee bit more convenient for me. And then what I would do then, I would get the piece of PE, get it in my hand, and then give it a quick rub with a sanding stick to take any of those burrs off that you would do normally. So that's the chain, if I think, for the what is the trim wheel, I think it is anyway. So there I have the plastic piece in my hand and my big head's getting in the way again. But what I'm trying to do here then is I'll just try and glue one of those wheels to the plastic part. And I'm using this ammo thin cement. I've never used this before, but I quite like it, particularly the applicator. A nice long arm and a brush. Which gives you plenty of control. So I'm just figuring out now what side this wheel goes on. And with the help of my superb tweezers, I'll just pop this on. So this is all very fragile and delicate, as you can imagine, guys. You know, so you just need to be ultra careful with this stuff. So we'll let that set for a wee bit. And then I'll get the PE or the photo etch chain that we just cut off the fret, and I use super glue for that. So it's just out of shot there. So I put the super glue on like a piece of perspex. Well, it's actually the cover of a small picture frame. So I use that as to put my super glue on, and then I use like an old paper clip at the end of it as the applicator. So then put the chain on there, and then just give it a bit of a squeeze, and then belt and braces approach here with the Nord touch of super glue just to ensure that's on. And then what I'll do is then I'll put the other side of the wheel trim on, and that'll sandwich everything together, and then just let that sit. So there's the trying to pick up a photo etch chain. As I say, these things are tiny and they're very, very delicate. You see, I just can't seem to get a hold of it. Trying to bounce it and everything. Look at that. It's quite funny looking at it. But anyway, we get there. Perseverance, never give up. So I get a hold of it, and so then I get it between the tweezers, and then I'll place that into position on the part, and hopefully the super glue has went off in that time I was faffing around there. So then I get another bit of ammo cement, popping that in, and then I'll pick up the other side of the wheel, and I'll place that on, and then that'll sandwich the PE chain between the two wheels. And I'll give it a squeeze. Very, very delicate. And then just set that aside and let that go off. And we should be good to go then. Hopefully that'll be good. That'll be nice and firm. Positive fix. Good. So now we're on to the Cockpit tub. Now you can see there, there's the massive head in the way again. Get out of the road, Liam. Um, apologies about this, guys. So as you can see, I've got the tub there, and I've put a few bits and pieces on it. And I think, yeah, I'm putting in that wheel, the trim wheel. I'm putting that on the left side or the port side of the pilot seat. And I've already put in the oxygen regulator there, and the joystick stick, plus a few foot plates as well. And you can see there that I've got the pedals, the roller pedals are just sitting on that wee disc, and my head's in the way again. So I'm going to pick these up, and then I'm going to place these on the floor of the Cockpit tub. Now the regulator, I must mention about the regulator. I've done a bit of research, and some people think that it's too high. There should only be three holes. There's like holes in the side of it. Maybe that's for accuracy. I don't know, but it fitted okay for me. And you can see I'm just faffing about here with this piece of these foot pedals here. That's again quite tricky, and you need to concentrate. So, and I successfully put them, and I don't think I put them in quite square. I think they were a wee bit off center, but the time that it dried, it was too late to do anything. But they're in place anyway, so I was happy at that. So it was, and yeah, that's coming along nicely now. So now we're jumping on. Now we're jumping on to a bit of priming, and I thought I had a 1500 in Mr. Hobby in black. I don't. I have grey and white. So you can see the two bottles there. I have Vallejo black, and then what I actually used was this AK black for acrylics. As you can see at the top of the frame there, I have a set of fuselage where I had two samples sprayed on, and I think the AK black is a better black, if that makes sense. So here's the pilot seat. I'm priming that. I wanted to leave that off because of the seatbelts mainly. I wanted to put the seatbelts on when I had put the base coat on, which would have been the RLM 66. That would have been the for the interior of the cockpit. So going around these bits, and this is the other instrument panel, which is sort of connected to the bulkhead of the engine. There's an engine with this kit, but I didn't put it in, or I'm not going to put it in, because I didn't really see any point. I wasn't going to show it off. I don't think my skills are at that level of detailing Messerschmitt 109 engines. But anyway, it can always be in the spurs box, and you could do something with it at a later date. So just going around all these sub assemblies, if you like. Excuse me, give them their base primer coat in black, and that'll help show off the RLM 66, the interior color, which is further on. So this is very satisfying part of modeling, is the actual painting. And you see, I'm using those magnetic crocodile clip stands, which I find really useful. And here we are. Here's the cockpit tub itself. So just giving that a nice coat of the black, getting all in the nook and crannies, and then that'll help give a shadow once we put the RLM 66 down. So run out there. So need to top up. Now we squirt of the primer in it, give it a test, and then we're off again. Goes down really smooth, no thinner needed or anything, just straight through the airbrush. So it's I think it's at about 15, 16 psi here. As I said, no thinner. And a water clips. I think it's 0.35 needle on it, and it goes down really, really. I love this airbrush. It's so I use it for everything. It's a real good all rounder. I think it cost me 140 quid or something like that a year or two ago. But could do a good clean, but it's a champion workhorse, real workhorse. So just finishing up now with the sidewalls on in the fuselages. Now, I popped these in earlier on. There was a few wee bits and pieces went on there, nothing major. So giving them a nice coat of the black. And you can see the other part. I've just picked it up there. You see, there's a bit of masking tape there. Well, there's a bit of photo etch there, and it was a really nice piece. And I didn't want it to be blackened or discolored, so I just masked it off to keep the original color of it, etc. And there you go. Happy days. Nice. Hi guys. So I've done a bit of priming here on the parts fuselage and the different cockpit bits, and I was trying out these two colors. Yeah, MRP RLM 66, and then Model R 71055. It says black gray RLM 66. So I tried both of them out on this side of the fuselage. Now this is the Model R version, and then this is the MRP 66. To be honest with you, I don't like the RLM. I think the Model R one is a closer fit. So I'm going to use that and paint the rest of the cockpit. So guys, here we are. We're using our RLM66, but I'm going to be using the Model R version of it rather than the MRP. As I explained previously there, I just think it's a better color against the black. So again, everybody loves airbrushing, so I'm just putting a nice coat down here. As you can see it coming up there. It's really nice. And then using the other side as well. Just nice, easy coats, building up the capacity to give that effect. And that black, as I said earlier, would give us some nice shadows. And then what we can do, we can go in later on with a bit of a white, and then maybe dull it down a wee bit and just give that shadowy, used old effect, if you like. So this is a new bit for me. I'm using double-sided tape here on lollipop sticks rather than the holders, because some of these bits you just can't get a hold of. So this is, I think it's Gorilla tape that I use, and just cut it off in pieces and put it on this stick. And I know a lot of people use this, but this is the first time I've used it, and it's quite good actually. I'm very pleased. I'm quite chuffed the way you can get at most of the areas you need to paint. So just getting into all the nooks and crannies there, as you can see with the Vallejo Model R RLM 66. So that's coming along nicely. Just pop that on, and then you can see the black of that AK. It's really, really deep black, and I really like that sort of. And I think it'll complement the RLM 66 so well, and give us plenty of deep shadows within the cockpit. You have to understand too, when we close this up, well, I'm hoping to leave the canopy open so that you can actually see what's going on in the cockpit. But the 66, it's beautiful against that black. So just doing up the other bulkhead with the other instrument panel on it. So this nice and easy. Yep. So that's great. That's coming along really well. Really pleased with that. Oh, and then I'll give them. Yeah, I just go in and let them dry for a couple of minutes there, and then I'll go in and do it again. Give them another recoat, nice and light, and just build up the appearance, the capacity, the deepness of it. And there's my wee mule playing there in the top left of the shot. It's a wee boomerang, the Australian boomerang. So it's been very useful now, just testing these different paints that I'm using and different products. So here we are, guys. So I think I've missed out bit of in putting on the RLM 66. So apologies for that. And I'm just showing you there the effect that I have, because I've actually put on that white I talked about as well, which I meant to film as well. So my apologies for that. So you can see the effect that has. I mean, I'm not an expert spray painter, but it's just a really light coat over the RLM 66 dark grey, and that gives it a nice effect. So yeah. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this Tamiya panel liner, and I'm just gonna put that on as a wash throughout all the bits and pieces, and just to give it a bit more effect. So starting off with the seat, and you can see there the seat belts are in now. So I made a mess of them. Actually, I left some of the seat belts off, some of the parts. It's more than just two straps across the lap and then the two chest straps. There was already bits and pieces that I completely forgot about putting on. But anyway, that's another learning lesson for me with PE seatbelts. So you see there, I'm just dabbing that in different wee places, and what I'll do, any excess, and I'll just take that away with a cotton bud, and yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, the really nice effect. So yeah, that's good. Just another wee spot there. So I'll go around. I'll go around all the bits and pieces with that. So there, I'm getting out the cotton bud now, just being very, very delicate. You don't drag anything off at this stage of the game, because I think I've mentioned, yeah. So now I've got so now I'm using like a grey for a chipping effect. Now these are lock and load by Ammo, and they're basically pencils, leads, and I'm just going to show you now. I think, yep, there you go. I'm going to show you the box. There it is, lock and load. And I'm not being paid or anything, but I think these are great. They help with some worn effects, etc., and some chipping. So this is one method of chipping. Obviously, you could use a spun method, or you could go in with a very small, oh, and there's the seat. The seat's popped out, so I need to tack that back on again. Actually, that's probably worked out better, so I can get at it better there to show you without my big head in the way again. Just some of the effects I put on that seat just to give it a bit of worn effect, if you know what I mean. Probably guys don't like this method. That's fine. I do like the sponge method. Where you cut a bit of sponge and then you dip it in like some sort of a dark grey, and then you pop it on in different areas. Obviously using different sides of the sponge to give you different effects. I do think that's really, really good. But again, my cinematography isn't great. Yes, thanks, Liam, getting ahead of the road. So basically going around all the bits and pieces and just making wee strikes and just odd shapes to show a bit of chipping. So, and then I would, so here we are, guys. Here's the Here's the article. Hopefully, so I'm trying to put the microphone glass in there to see if you can see it better. But you can see the effect. It's quite nice. So guys, there you are. There's part one of the Eduard 132 scale BF 109 E4. You can see that PE and the detail in the cockpit really makes it pop. Once again, thanks very much for watching, and look out for part two, which will be the airframe construction. Until then, thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.